Hi, this is Todd Hoban for Making Music Magazine. Truss rod adjustments can be a little tricky, but they're not that complicated. I just want to show you the basics, okay? To start with, why do we need to make a truss rod adjustment? Well, when they make a guitar, the guitar neck is pretty straight, right? You put these strings on, and it pulls the neck this way, right? You tighten down those strings, it's going to give your guitar neck a little bit of a bow. So what the manufacturers have done has put a truss rod that runs from the body of the guitar all the way up to the neck. Think of it as a long bolt, okay? Now, if you tighten that bolt a little bit, it will pull the neck back into adjustment, all right? It's really that simple. But making an adjustment, you got to be careful. If you crank it down too much, what's going to happen is you're going to flatten out this neck, and all of a sudden the guitar is not going to work properly, because with an angle like this, that fret will work fine. Anything above it, not going to work at all. Now, anytime you work on your guitar, this is like a road case, right? Always have a towel or a cloth, and here's a little trick. You want to have neck support. This is nothing but an old t-shirt. Set it down. Set your guitar down right here. Now, there's a whole lot of different ways that someone can put a truss rod adjustment into a guitar. Sometimes there'll be an Allen wrench that you have to see right inside the sound hole of the guitar. Other times, there's a little cover right here that you have to take off using a jeweler's screwdriver. It's, a very, very simple adjustment, and you pull off this little plate. I'll show you how to do that right now. So here we have the headstock of a Taylor guitar. I've got my little Phillips head jeweler screw, and we're going to take this faceplate right off. All right, so when we take the faceplate off, what we see is a little bolt right here with a nut on it, and a lot of times the manufacturer will pack the wrench right in there for you, or you can find the right size wrench to be able to do that. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that manufacturers create these little nuts and bolts, and a lot of times it's an Allen wrench, and I'll show you what one of those looks like. All right, so we take that off, and now we see this is going to use an Allen wrench to make this adjustment. All right, now the guitar manufacturer has given us the exact tool that we need. If you don't have the exact tool, well, get out a set, find the right exact size, and keep it in your guitar case at all times. All right, so here's what we're looking for. When you look down the end of your guitar, there is a line made by the frets, the edge of the frets. And you can look on both sides, here and there. That's what you're looking for. Notice the strings are straight, okay? They're pulled tight from the nut to the bridge. But this line of frets is going to show you whether you've got a little bit of a bow or not. And that's what we're going to try to adjust. This guitar has got just a little bit of a bow, so I want to flatten it out a little bit. And remember, how do we flatten out? We take this Allen wrench adjustment and we tighten it. We tighten it to flatten out the neck. By the way, if your guitar is buzzing, and look down the end here, and if you see, holy cow, I got a hump in my neck here, then what you can do is take this Allen wrench and loosen it so that the strings pull the thing a little bit straighter, okay? Now, we're going to make an adjustment and pull this down ever so slightly, okay? Watch what I do. Okay, remember, I've got a little bit of a bow, so I'm going to tighten it a quarter turn. Just like that. A slight quarter turn. Now I'm going to play the guitar and see how it feels. I'm going to look right down the edge and see if I've done a good job. You have to be careful not to make too much of a correction. That's why I said a quarter of a turn at a time. Play the guitar, let that adjustment take effect, and then see how it feels. Then you might want to make another quarter of a turn adjustment. You can also check right here by take a straight edge and lay it right across the top of your frets to see how straight it is. And having just a little bit of relief is a good thing. It actually is. Gives you a little bit better tone and brings you bring the strings closer to the frets. That's good, but you don't want to go too far. All right? You'll get pretty good at this as you kind of get used to your guitar and how it feels. But if you have any trepidation about this, go visit your local guitar repairman. Maybe he'll show you how it's done and how he likes to tweak the guitars. And I always like to take my guitars to my favorite repairman every once in a while just to have him check it out, make sure everything's cool.